Spring break story time how the girl we came with stole our stuff, called the cops on us, and then left us in Daytona.
And my job don't need it. Let me tell you about the time where this man lied about his age to me and I end up fucking a 50-year-old man. Yeah.
Story time about how I was talking to this nigga and his girlfriend called me. I thought he was the one. I really didn't, but I like him.
My friend went missing shortly after leaving my house after midnight, and at first I didn't think anything of it because I thought maybe he was just tired and he got home.
She took a girl on a trip, and that same girl ended up robbing her and calling the cops on her. Yeah, you read that right. This story is absolutely wild. If you haven't already, please show your support by simply liking and subscribing to the channel. That's all I ask. Thank you so much and enjoy the story time.
This is day one of me telling y'all a story until I can save up enough money for a motherfucking car because I'm tired of sitting in a motherfucking house and TikTok don't pay enough and my job don't need it. Let me tell you about the time where this man lied about his age to me and I end up fucking a 50-year-old man. Yeah. So boom, when I still stayed in Ohio, mind y'all, I live in Atlanta now, okay? When I stayed in Ohio, I was working at healthcare. But actually, before I was working in healthcare, I was working in a motherfucking call center, okay? I currently work in a call center, but this call center is for debt collecting. I was working for health insurance, okay? So boom, y'all, like, this particular scenario, like, it's damn near similar to how my job is now. Like, we had to make a certain amount of books at my previous job, but this, we got to make a certain amount of money to start making a bonus, but we had to make a certain amount of, like, basically books would be considered people who's changing their insurance policy, but that's neither here nor there. I obviously sucked at that because I quit and never went back, never even touched the insurance field again. But before I quit, the man had hit me up. And no, actually, he saw me leaving. Like, we was on the same elevator, and he was like, I need you to get your books up. I need you to get your books up because I like seeing your little pretty face around the motherfucking office. So at the time, I was talking to my ex. And while I'm talking to my ex and shit like that, like, this is when every fucking bill was on me. So I'm like, older nigga, work at the job. I know you get money. I might. So, boom, like, it started off, like, he was just, like, before we had each other's numbers, like, it started of us, like, just texting. Like, we was just, not texting, but going on lunch together. So, we just going on lunch, and shit just copacetic and shit like that. Like, nothing's happening. We didn't even have each other's number at this point in time. But when we got each other's number and we start texting more, I'm like, okay, he pretty cool. But, like, I just knew from the type of music he listened to and shit like that. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 41. I'm like, all right, cool. I can do that. You're not older than my mama. You feel me? I'm like, you're not older than my mom. You damn sure not older than my dad. So this is something I can dibble and dabble with. He like, I'm 41. So I'm like, how many kids you got? He like, I got one. I got a 16-year-old. I'm like, oh, even better. So boom, time comes on because we ain't booping yet or anything like that. So this time I had end up going with my homegirl and I was like, fuck it, I'm finna go do a little well, with my homegirl. My nigga think I want my homegirl. I'm finna go, yeah, with him. Okay. The nigga picks me up or whatever, and we end up going to his crib or whatever. Mind you, I've been hanging around this nigga, so I needed that at this point. Like, I wanted to know your stamina. I want to know what you working with. The fuck? So boom, y'all, we put up. It really wasn't worth it. He really couldn't stay up. It's like he take blue pills. Like, I never seen him do it, but it seemed like he need to. You feel me? So neither here nor there, y'all. After that, we just chilling, we just hanging out, and this man had a little kitten. He had a little kitten, and I'll never forget his little kitten. She was the cutest. But he had a little kitten, that's his little, you feel me? And I was playing with the cat, but while I'm playing with his kitten, I don't know how the fuck we got on the topic of, like, his life in the 90s and shit like that. But he was telling me how he was just living life in the 90s and shit like that. So I'm like, wait, because my mom born in 81, and she really wasn't doing too much in the 90s. What the fuck was you, what could you been had doing if she 81, she about 45. I'm doing the math, like, how was you having any more fun than my mama was, and she was older than you? So boom, I'm going, so this, like, he talking about it, he ended up getting his, like, photo album. Y'all have not seen one of these photo albums in fucking years, like, them fat ass photo albums with 17 gajillion pictures in it? Yes, he had one of those. And he's going, so I'm just going through the pictures of the photo album. I'm like, oh, who's this? Who's this? You know, he's showing me his era and like his Freaknik days and all type of shit. And I'm like, oh my God, like you was a grown ass man. You was not 40, you know? So anyway, I come up across this Christmas picture. It said 1989, y'all. And in the picture, it was like two older dudes. It was like two older dudes in the back. It was like two average kids, and then it was like a toddler. So I'm like, oh, this gotta be you in the picture. I'm like, this you? Because like I said, I was going through the album trying to figure out who was who in the pictures because he had hella fucking pictures. So he like, why you trying to investigate? I'm like, investigate? Mind you, I'm at this nigga's house, okay? He like, why you trying to be a detective? Why you trying to be a detective? I'm like, well, you are showing me these, and I am trying to figure out who is who in these pictures. And like, I mean, if I do my math correctly, 89, and you was born like 80, like 84, 89. You should only be like 5 years old right now, my nigga. 3, 4, 5 years old, my nigga. I'm just a little bit confused. But I'm at this nigga house, so I can't really overreact. And so then, as I flipped, because I was just like, I ain't finna think too deep into it. I just went to the next page, looking at the pictures and shit. And he like, yeah, I just want to tell you, I'm not 41. I'm actually 50 years old. Huh? Yeah, and I don't only have a 16-year-old. I have a 26-year-old daughter. I have a 26-year-old daughter and a 16-year-old. When I say my fucking heart dropped to my ass, because why the fuck are you fucking a girl between the ages of your two daughters? I feel like personally, if you have a child, you should not be touching nobody. If you have a daughter that age, you should not be touching nobody younger than your oldest daughter, your oldest kid, period. But y'all, I just swallowed my pride because it was already too late, y'all. I was like, wow. He's like, but I'm not no liar. I don't lie about nothing else. I haven't lied about nothing else to you. And I'm just thinking like, But I nipped that shit in the bud. After that, me and him got into so many arguments, and I was calling him such a pedophile, like, even though he really wasn't, because it was very much consensual, very much of age. I was very much of age, very much 20 years old, very much grown enough. But it's just like, that shit is so fucking sickening. And then he told me that because I kept always saying, like, that's why you like young bitches, because you can't find a bitch that's gonna tolerate with your bullshit, and you feel me? And then, like, once I found out he's 50, I kept telling him, like, nigga, I can go get fucked at home, okay? I can go get fucked at home. I don't need you to fuck me. I need some bread. You're going to be sugar daddy-ing me. If anything, I'm going to be the sugar baby. And he's like, I can't pay for nothing. I can't fit in expensive. If you need a ride here and there, baby, Lyft work perfectly fine. Either you're going to be put some money in my motherfucking pocket for this Gucci or you're not. Oh, you're not, okay? But me and him ended up getting into it really, really bad, and I ended up blocking him. And I just thought I was going to take that story to the grave with me, but yeah.
Story time about how I was talking to this nigga and his girlfriend called me. I thought he was the one. I really didn't, but I like him.
Oh, wait.
I didn't tell you this story. You were there. I know you weren't there. It was Taylor Titted and that was there. So I was in Walmart, and then a restricted number had called me. So I'm like, I told my cousin, I'm like, Taylor, like, it's a number calling, and they keep calling me. So I was like, hello. Then they hung up. I'm like, I took somebody nigga. I fucked somebody nigga. This was years ago. Don't think I'm gonna hold on. But this was years ago. So they called back. They was like, hello. They was like, is this Sadie? I'm like, this ain't no Sadie. Bye-bye. I hung up the phone. So they called me back. They were like, all right, let me be honest. I'm like, I took somebody. I fucked somebody.
Oh, she came to you as a woman.
She came to me as a woman. She came to me as a woman. So she was like, hello. Like, okay, I'm going to be honest. I found your name and number in my boyfriend's phone. I'm like, this is what was kicking. I'm like, who is your nigga? So I know who the fuck I'm about to cuss out. Because I asked every nigga I fuck with, do they got a bitch? And they all told me no. Mm-hmm. So which one is yours? So I'm just saying a name. She was like, it was Peter. I'm like, Peter? Oh, that's my favorite nigga. I'm like, she was like, I just got back. I had got shot in the head, and he was with me through my recovery. I'm like,
you gotta have a heart.
I'm like, I gotta give him up. I'm like, are you serious? He told me he didn't do that. He told me he didn't have a girlfriend. She was like, did y'all have sex? I'm like, not knowing this man turned me every way but loose.
Did you lie?
No. Hell no. What the fuck she gonna do to me with a head injury?
Wait, girl.
Anyway, So she was like, yeah, he was with me through it all. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I didn't know. I honest to God didn't know. So she was like, oh, he was with me through it all and all this. So I'm like, all right. So she was like, can you meet me at his house with him? Because I want to confront him. You already know I'm down for a challenge. I pulled up to that bitch house. You went? Hell yeah, I went. You damn right. Why would I not go? You's a dummy bitch. Anyway, I went there. So he was outside, she was outside. So I'm like, why you didn't tell me you had a girlfriend? So me and her just looking at him like, he was like, bro, we was just going through problems. Like, really? He was like, that didn't go tell me something. Quasia, bro, you knew. What? If I knew, I would have knew to lie to her. But you didn't tell me. So now that Adonis, get in this car. But since you had me in the dark, now I'm finna really tell her. Yeah. So I started showing messages. I'm like, he done fought me this way. He fought me this way. Because, bitch, you know about to play with me like I knew that I have morals. He tried to make it seem like you were. He tried to make me feel like I was on, so his mammy came out the door. That bitch gonna come out the door. You're always ruining my son's life. Girl, get the fuck on. God rest her soul. I'm like, girl, get the fuck on. I didn't say, y'all. Story time about how I cheated on my ex, but to me, I didn't really cheat because that bitch left me for a week and didn't say shit to me. Like, it was no communication. I was blowing his phone up, didn't text me, didn't call me, no nothing. So I went on to another nigga. And for the sake of the story, his name is gonna be Jerry in this story. And Jerry, don't comment under this shit, because I called him and told him I was gonna post it. Not on my phone, I called him on Instagram. I called him and said, I'm finna post a story about how you left me and I went with another man. Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I cheated because I didn't cheat. So me and this little nigga Jerry, and he better not comment, and I'm not playing with you, because bitch, I'm gonna delete your comments. Yeah. Don't play with me, because I don't need nobody to know who I was dating back in the day. Yeah. So me and him was dating. We had just started dating. The shit was still fresh. Like, it was still fresh. Like, and I liked his ass. Like, he was my little shit. I was so delusional back then. So we was like, me and him was talking every day. Like, we never did nothing. Like, the most we did was like pop kisses or whatever. I'm like, okay. So, you know, after a while, like, I wanted to see him. I stopped hearing from him. I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm blowing this man off a date. 1 day went by. 2 days went by. Mind you, I was a fine ass tenderoni back then. I'm fine now, but back then, I was that girl, titty set up, everything. So, bitch, 3 days went by. 4 days went by. 5 days went by. And I'm like, oh, you're single. You don't want to be with me. Fuck that. So it was this other nigga that I knew had liked me, and he was a little cute. It was the other nigga I knew had liked me. I gave my nigga a week. I gave you a week to say something to me. So I guess he had went out of town. He went out of town, didn't tell me shit. Mind you, the bitch had the means to contact me, but did not. So I went to another nigga. So time had went by, a week had went by, and that's when I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just be with somebody else. So I was just enjoying my little time with the other nigga. I'm like, I was with this nigga, but he just left me. He just ghosted me. So it turns out he was out of town for a funeral. Somebody had passed. I didn't know, mind you, I did not know this. So mind you, in my head, like, you just left me. And mind you, I'm a bad bitch. I'm like, whatever. So I was with my new nigga, and then my stepbrother, his lame ass, I'm gonna cuss that bitch out again. His ass, he was with Peter. And he was walking to my new nigga house with my old nigga. Mind you, my stepbrother knew I was there. And he already knew that me and the old nigga was dating. He knew that. So I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So me and the new nigga walk out of the house, just getting done tearing the walls down. So I'm like, so I walk out, I see somebody with a funny haircut. I'm like, why they look like Peter? As soon as I realized it was Peter, I'm like, so he walked up, mind you, I was sitting on my new nigga lap. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
So fucking dumb.
So he was all done. He dapped up my new nigga. I didn't know that was homeboys. I'm like, it's set up. It was a setup. I feel like my stepbrother did that shit on purpose. Like, he just wanted to see some drama, bitch ass. So they dapped each other up, right? I flew home. I'm like, so my old nigga was like, where you going? I'm like, when I tell you, I called my sister Destiny. I'm like, Destiny, girl, I just got caught up. I ain't even get caught up. I'm like, girl, tell me why Peter had water up on Paul. And girl, I'm like, girl, tell me why Peter water up on Paul and they dabbed each other up. Since I didn't know they was friends. She was like, where's you at? I'm like, girl, I'm running home. A bitch would have thought a dog was chasing me how fast I was running. And I'm like, I know Peter is finna cuss me out.
Where was I when all this took place?
You was home. You were always fucking home. Anyway, so I got home. I'm telling the story to my cousin. Then my stepbrother brought his best ass in the house. He was like, "Hey, twin, Peter wants you outside." I'm like, "I don't want to go."
I don't want to go.
I'm like, "Who?" He was like, "Peter wants you outside." I'm like, No. He not Peter. He was like, "Paul wants you, my new nigga." I'm like, I walked outside. Peter and Paul was out there. I'm like, Junior, you so fucking messy, bro. That's my brother. I'm like, Junior, you messy as fuck, bro. So I walked outside. He was like, so you, my new nigga Paul was like, you got something to tell me? And I'm like, no. Mind you, I was acting nonchalant, girl. My heart was. I was acting nonchalant, girl. My heart was beating outside my motherfucking chest. I couldn't breathe. I'm like, no. So I had to play it off cool because a nigga ain't finna pie me.
Yeah.
So Paul was like, and Paul had the confidence. Paul was like, I'm gonna let you handle that. So he walked home. I'm like, Peter was like, like, you lying, bitch. I'm like, oh, he was cutting me out, and I'm like, what? You left me. You didn't say nothing to me. You just left me. And then he was like, bro, I was out of town for a funeral. Like, I was green. I'm like, but you left me. I'm like, but you left me. Like, how was I supposed to know you still wanted me? Like, you left me. He like, so what you want to do? You want to be with him or you want to be with me? And I'm like, look.
Wait, what you say?
I'm like, look. I'm like, I gotta talk to him first. I'm like,
Front the new nigga.
by the one who had you first. Cause Peter wanted me to say fuck Paul and bitch, you ain't finna see Paul no more. But I'm like, I started liking Paul. I'm like, let me get my affairs in order. Hold on, let me get my affairs in order. Let me get my affairs in order. So he was like, all right. And then my daddy had said, all right, Quay, just kind of get announced, but I'm still trying to talk. I'm still trying to work it out with Peter. I'm like, Peter, look, like, it was, I swear to God, it wasn't like that. You just left me. I didn't know what to do. Like, I didn't know what else to say. Like, he was like, bro, like, do you want to be with me or that nigga? So I'm like, I want to be with you. Girl, I'm like, oh God. So me and Paul had broke up. Me and Paul broke up. So I was talking. So me and Peter, we was taking some time. Like he wanted to make me suffer. So we started talking back again. But it's like we wasn't dating officially. Like we had started talking back again. So I had called him and he was around his mama and his cousins. Them. This where the shit get messy. So his bitch ass told his motherfucking mama that I cheated on him. And I'm like, I didn't cheat on you. You left me and I went to another nigga. So his mom was like, she a little fast thing. Peter, you better get your motherfucking mama. So he was like, yeah, you was out there hoeing around on my son. Peter!
She used the WH.
Whoring around on my son. Peter, you better get your motherfucking mama. Cause why is you telling her my bitch? Why is you even telling her that? Cause if you know you finna like me, you got your mama thinking I'm a hoe.
Cause Sus gathered you.
She did. Girl, she made me feel, girl, she ate me up. She was like fast one, ain't it? Peter, I like you, but bitch, Paul right there. Yeah. Don't play with me. Get your motherfucking mama. Cause I wasn't just touring around on you. I was faithful to the very end of the week. Like, don't play with me.
See, that's why he's made me cuss you out.
She did. Girl, she read me the filth.
Dumbass.
What's up, Miss Peter wrong? His man says to probably show you the story time. He's so mad. And I just told him that he's so motherfucking messy and funny. That nigga so funny. He's so fucking messy. But that's my friend. That's my dog. I fuck with him. That's my he got me fucked up.
My friend went missing shortly after leaving my house after midnight, and at first I didn't think anything of it because I thought maybe he was just tired and he got home and went directly to sleep. And since he was just my friend, he wasn't obligated to check in with me when he got home. It wasn't until the next day that I actually started getting worried because he didn't text me at all. So I called him and his phone went straight to voicemail. So now I'm like confused, kind of worried. I'm anxious. What's going on? Where's my friend? So the whole day I'm kind of thinking about it like, what's going on? Where's my friend? And I wait until the end of the day to see if he was going to text me or call me back. He didn't. So at that point, I called his job and I asked around. I was like, hey, did so-and-so go into work today? And they told me, no, he didn't come into work today. So now I'm really fucking worried, bitch. Where is my friend? So then I called my sister. I'm like, hey, so-and-so is missing. I haven't heard from him since he left my house yesterday. I don't know what's going on. She was like, okay, come pick me up and like we could go look for him. So as I was getting in my car to go pick her up, from my apartment to my mom's apartment where my sister was living at the time, I had to drive through a Walmart. So while I was driving through the Walmart, I see that my friend's car is sitting at the parking lot by itself, like in the far end of the parking lot where like no one really parks. So I call my sister back and I'm like, hey, I think I just found his car. So boom, I pull over. It is indeed his car. It's just sitting there like abandoned type shit. So now I'm really fucking worried. So I go pick up my sister. I remember that day, like I took her to Taco Bell and like we talked a little bit. We were trying to come up with like reasons as to why his car was sitting there by itself and why he was MIA. It wasn't until we left the Taco Bell that I was driving back to my mom's house to drop my sister off that I ended up getting pulled over. I ended up getting pulled over because my headlights were off. I forgot to turn on my lights. So he didn't give me a ticket or anything. He just gave me a warning. He was like, hey, your lights were off, you know, drive safe. I was like, okay, thank you, officer. That's when it clicked. I was like, oh my God, he probably got pulled over last night. He probably got pulled over and he's probably in jail. Boom. Flash forward to the next day, I'm getting a call from him. I'm like, oh my God, hello, like, where have you been? He was like, oh, nothing, I got pulled over and I got arrested. I've been in jail for the last 24 hours. He's fine now, though.
So I got beef at work. Okay, and I need you to tell me if I'm valid or not, because I feel like this is fucking insane. So I work with this girl. She started working at my job about 2 to 4 months. I don't really know specifically. I want to say like more 2 to 3 months after I started working at my job. I knew that she was a mom coming into it. She also was we bonded over the fact that we had both really only ever been with women. So we were both really liked women, really like, you know, dated women, and then like had a baby, you know what I mean? So we bonded over that. We bonded over the fact that we both were not with our baby daddies, but the difference is that she lives with her baby daddy. So her situation is a lot different. He financially supports them while not being together. But honestly, I think they are. Like, I don't know, because I was kind of just like, are y'all together? Because she would kind of post him. So I think it was like an off and on thing, but that was, again, not my business. So I didn't really give a fuck. But I didn't start giving a fuck until she started giving too much of a fuck about my life. So I kind of, you know, gave her a little rundown of like kind of what happened. I did open up to her about a couple things because I felt like she was being vulnerable with me. But after that, I kind of just was like, what the fuck was the point of me even telling you this? Because she would come into work and be like, oh, where's your baby? Bitch, I'm at work. Like, the fuck? So I never liked that, but I kind of just was like, I brushed it off. I was just like, you know what, whatever. Until one day she comes in, she's like, again, where's your baby? I said, he's with his dad. Like, what the fuck? Bitch, you think I'm bringing my baby to work? Like, what's happening? And I didn't say that, but I was just like, oh, he's with his dad. She says, oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. A moment of fucking silence. I look at her like, what? I don't give a fuck what you like, bitch. What? She was like, I don't like that. Like, you're never with him. Keep in mind, I'm at work. What? Like, I genuinely look at her and I'm just like, I'm so fucking confused. Like, are you not at, where the fuck is your baby? The fuck? Like, I'm confused. So, like, after having this really weird conversation, literally my other coworkers are witnessing this and they look at me, like, genuinely, they look at me like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, don't know. So, a couple hours later, we're talking and she's like, oh, like, has your baby ever been to the beach? I'm like, no, my baby's never been to the beach. Keep in mind, my baby was born in May. So, like, in the summer last year, he was a fucking newborn, right? So this is our first summer at him being like, you know, he's 9 months right now. So I'm like, oh no, he's never been to the beach. She's like, well, you always take Instagram photos at the beach, which I have took Instagram photos at the beach before, since he's been born. And she was like, you don't take him nowhere, huh? You just don't take him nowhere. And I'm talking about, she's talking to me like this. She's talking to me like with this attitude. Oh, you never take him nowhere. I look at her and I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, I actually take my baby everywhere with me, but no, he's never been to the beach. Like, I'm sorry, I'm confused. Like, what? So I tell my coworker, now at this point, me and my other coworkers are actual friends. We hang out outside of work, and my coworkers already don't like her. But I've sat here and I've like defended her and been like, no, like, she's so sweet, X, Y, and Z, bitch, bye. So I text my coworker, or like, I'm telling my coworker, like, this is what just happened. And even my coworker who actually knows me in real life is like, what? Like, you literally take bosque everywhere, which is true. Like, if you follow me on Instagram, I always post, which I don't really post my baby though. That's the thing. I don't really post him. If you've noticed, like, I'll post him sometimes, but very rarely. Like, you know, if I do Instagram photos or TikToks, like, he's always in the background somewhere, but I'm not like, you know, posting him because, you know, I don't really need to with this, right? You understand. So anyways, my friends are like, you literally take him everywhere. Like, I'll go downtown with him. Like, we always go, you know, look at scenery together. I always take my baby everywhere. Okay, we just haven't been to the beach. Sorry. So after that really rubbed me the wrong way. Like,
it rubbed me like so wrong, right? And there had been times before where like she was like, oh girl, when you make your Instagram stories, because there would be times where I'm talking like this on my Instagram story, and she's like your baby just be in the back listening to all that. Yes. Like, yes, what? And I don't know what it is, but I told my mom about this, and I'm like, I feel like that was so inappropriate of her to say. And at some point I did tell her, I was like, you need to mind your business. Like, I don't know what the fuck you think is, like, we're not fucking friends like that, bitch. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. And my mom kind of even said, she was like, damn, like, oh, I forgot to mention, there was also one time I was like, hey girl, like, what are you doing after work? Like, I'm trying to be like cute and cool. She's like, I'm being a mom. Okay, you fucking hate your life. Like, no, literally, like, that's what it's giving. Like, you hate your life, because you can be like, okay, like, I'm gonna go with my baby, whatever. Like, she's acting like I'm asking her, hey girl, you trying to go fucking fuck it up and drink? No, bitch, I'm just asking what the fuck you're doing after work, and you want to be fucking rude. Like, I'm being a mom. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Bitch, okay. So like I said, I told my mom about this, and my mom's like, no, like, I think she really hates her life, because that's what I'm thinking. Like, she even tells me, she's like, I could never imagine being away from my baby for a night. Okay, well, you live with your baby daddy. Like, my situation, my co-parenting situation works for me, right? Like, I'm able to have time to myself, work, and go to school while also being a mom. And not everybody has that luxury. I understand. Which I don't think it's a luxury. It's a basic, that's the bare minimum. But, like, not everyone has, a co-parent that works with that, right? So there are days where I do not have my baby because I go to school and I work. Like today, like Mondays, well, today's Tuesday, but like Monday, because I was just, yesterday was Monday and I didn't have my baby because I worked all day. And then, after work, I get to go hang out with my friends. I get to go take Instagram photos because I have that luxury where I have a fucking co-parent who actually does shit. She sits here every fucking day and she just complains about the fact that every time her baby cries, her baby daddy's calling her. Why? He needs to learn how to be a fucking parent. So don't come to me talking about you never have your baby. Bitch, you live with your fucking baby daddy. I, literally would rather fucking kill myself than live with my fucking baby daddy and have a weird ass situation like this. Which I have been in that situation before. That's the thing, though. Like, that's why I'm, sitting here and I'm like, girl, I understand you. I'm here for you. So why are you turning around on me and being mad at me because I have the luxury of having alone time and being able to do shit? And I even at some point look at her and I'm like, girl, I go to school too. What the fuck do you do? You work, and that's okay, but every single day you're 2 hours fucking late to the fucking shift and you barely even fucking come to work. Why? Because you're a mom, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. But I sit here and I work, I make money, and I'm getting my fucking degree. So please do not fucking come at me for, you go to the beach and take Instagram photos. Yeah, because I fucking deserve it. All the fucking time that I went through having my baby, taking care of my baby, and going through dumbass fucking shit, I deserve alone time. Both me and my son's father, we both deserve alone time because having a baby is hard. Anybody knows that. So co-parenting has been the best thing of my entire fucking life. I'm able to be a good parent because I'm able to have time to myself. But that's something this bitch will never understand because she will never go through that because she just wants to sit up here and yap. I can't do it. I can't.
Last week I was in a police car chase for 15 minutes, but I was the officer. They're back in their right lane. So I was driving back from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, because I'd taken my friends because I graduated from UNC last year and I wanted them to see UNC plus we were playing Duke, so it was a big weekend. Anyway, we're driving back to Baltimore. We are in Virginia, and we're on a hill. We're on 95 North. We're on a hill. We can see that everybody is stopped. There's traffic ahead. Everyone's braking, and you can see it. It's not one of those jump scare. We're all braking. You can see it. And there's a blue Hyundai Elantra in front of us who doesn't seem to understand that we're braking. So he goes ahead and slams into this white Prius right in front of him and totals it. Hey. All right, completely smashes the car. Not enough to have their airbags go off, but enough where their shit it's over. And so they're in the left lane when this happened. So the white car, they pull off in the left lane, and we're expecting the Prius to go ahead and do the same. They do not. They start not the Prius, the Elantra. Sorry, the Elantra starts creeping more and more to the right. We're like, where's he going? Maybe he's pulling to the right side of the road because legally that's what you're supposed to do. All right, and then he starts speeding up. I said, ooh. And I have about 6 seconds to decide. I was like, should I follow him? I'm tweaking. There's 3 other people in the car. I'm like, guys, should I? And so I'm going. I'm behind this car now. And I'm like, okay, well, I feel like I should call 911. Should I call 911? The crowd says yes. Clap if I should call 911. So I call the police. My thought is that I'm just going to report the license plate and the mile marker, and they're going to get him. And that's going to be the end of that. No. So I call 911 and I basically just word vomit on this operator. And I'm like, I just hit and run. I'm going to give you the license plate. I don't know. Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And they were like, okay, what's your name?
And I tell them what happened. They're like, okay, transferring you to the Virginia Highway Patrol or whatever. They transfer me to this girl, and they have me describe the same thing. She's like, yeah, my partner's on the phone with the victim right now. I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, actually, all of my officers are currently tied up with other accidents, which we knew that because we had seen the other accidents earlier on the highway. And I'm like, okay, cool. She said, well, do you have to get off anytime soon? I said, no, we're going to Baltimore. She said, okay, can you follow him? All right, so I'm here. Ooh, on my Vin Diesel shit. And I'm like, okay, this is fine. But then we start speeding up again. We're going 70 now. Every time he changes lanes, I'm changing lanes. And I'm still on the phone with the operator. So, like, imagine you're driving this car. You just committed a hit and run. And you've got this white girl behind you with the phone in my hand, which is illegal in Virginia. So, whatever. But I was, like, protecting and serving. So, it's fine. And I'm chasing him. Like, every lane switch, I'm chasing him. And there's not an exit for a while. We finally get to the first exit. And he does not take it. Which, thank God, because I was like, if he were to have taken the exit, would I have followed him? I don't know. If he had went like 120, would I have followed him? I don't think my car can do that. I don't know. And so we're like reporting the mile markers. I've got my roommate in the passenger seat. She's like the officer. I mean, she's, oh my God. She's like, well, what mile marker are you at? My roommate, she's like, 124.2. I've got my co-pilot over here just like reporting. And and like there's no one coming. She's like, yeah, my officer can meet you at like 134, but we're in traffic again. So we sped up. Back when we were speeding up, also important, debris flying off of his car. Because, again, he totaled a car. Imagine what the front of his car looks like. I'm going to put the clip here because my other roommate happened to be recording as this happened. Watch. Oh my God. Did you like that? And eventually, once we talked to the cop, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. No spoilers. So eventually she tells me, she's like, okay, my officers are behind you. I'd been following him for like 15 minutes at this point. It was getting kind of crazy. And I missed like playing music. I was like, can this be done? Like, I want to listen to my songs. She's like, put your hazards on. My officers are coming behind you. Put my hazards on. She's like, okay, do you want to pull over and like give like whatever in case there's damage to my car from the debris falling off? And I was like, no, it's fine. I honestly just want to go home. Like, this has been fabulous. Thank you for the ride. I just want to go. Because I was like falling asleep. So I needed that adrenaline. Like, oh, that really got me going. No, she was like, actually, the officer wants you to pull off with them. I said, what? Really? She was like, yeah, they want you to pull in front of the guy. I said, in front? I was like, can I go behind him? I literally was like, do I have to? She was like, yes. In front of him? Like in front of the car? Can I go behind them? So I pull over and I pull like hella far in front of this dude because I don't want to be near him. What if he shoots me in the head? So we're just watching this through my mirrors, but they pull him over. His car is fucked. Like, insert picture. Oh, now I'm scared. Are we serious? And you were gonna drive away like that? So I imagine he had like either an outstanding warrant or like some other reason where he was just like, I have to get out of this. But your car, like, they would have got you. I don't know. Like, that's insane. Hey, that's crazy. And then they put him in handcuffs. I was like, oh my God. Damn, they got his ass.
They're showing him the front of his car.
Look at what you did. Girl, look at this. So then I had my friend look up, like, how illegal is it? Like, obviously, you're going to jail. It's a felony. If you do over $1,000 of damage in a hit and run, that's a felony. So whatever outstanding warrants he may have had, plus that felonious hit and run, oh my God, bro, you're going to jail. And he was just like staring at me through the mirror. Like, because he was pissed. Because you just got by a car full of girls. You just got. And then eventually Mr. Sheriff with his big old hat walks up to my car and he has me give a verbal statement. And he was like really emphasizing, he was like, no one ever does this. Thank you. And he said no one ever does this 3 separate times.
Most people don't do.
He was like, yeah, he would have gotten away. Like he would have fully gotten away with it. No one ever does this. I thought that was like the right thing to do, was to chase that guy down. Cause like imagine your car gets in hit and run on the highway and the guy just leaves. You're just kind of like, But little did they know, Hannah and Judy, this is my car, Judy, I was on the chase. Baby, I was on the chase. So then I fill out my like written thing. My friend's mom was like, tell Hannah not to sign anything, but I'm doot, doot, doot. And then they let me go. And that was like truly one of the silliest situations I've ever been in. Because what do you mean you had me chasing? What do you mean all of your officers are busy? Can you chase him? Hey, sure. And now he's going to jail. And I hope those people whose car got totaled, I hope everything worked out for them, and I hope they're okay. I think they were fine. Like, we made eye contact when I drove by. Little did they know I was about to be their hero. So thank you to the Virginia Highway Patrol for allowing me the opportunity to momentarily protect and serve your community. Yeah.
Age is just a number until the math stops adding up. Like, she was fine with 41. Reasonable. But the photo album did what no conversation could. 1989 with a toddler, and you claim to be born in the early 80s? Baby, that toddler is you. Numbers don't lie, even when people do. The little details always tell the story before the person does. The music taste, the photo album, the fact that he had a 16-year-old and conveniently left out the 26-year-old, those were all breadcrumbs. She clocked it. She just didn't want to believe it yet. When someone lies about one fundamental thing and then says, "But I don't lie about nothing else," that is genuinely the least reassuring thing a person can say. Because the thing you lied about was the foundation. The age gap isn't even the wildest part. It's that he had a daughter her age and saw nothing wrong with any of it. That's the part that should make everybody uncomfortable. She already knew something was off before the reveal. She was doing math out loud in her head the whole time. Sometimes we already know. We just need the person to confirm it for us before we let ourselves react. She handled it with more grace than most would have in that moment. Being at somebody's house when you find out is genuinely its own kind of trapped feeling, and she kept her composure. That's actually hard to do. "Did you say you was faithful all the way to the very end of the week?" That was wild to say. Only a week. I just know when you walk outside, seeing them, the saxophones was playing in your head. Peter went out of town for a funeral and never thought to shoot a single text, and in his mind, he was grieving, and that was enough of an excuse. But from the outside looking in, you left someone who liked you genuinely, with zero information, and expected the world to pause. It didn't. That's on him. But then, on the flip side, she moved on in a week, like barely a week, which tells you she was already a little emotionally fragile in that situationship and needed constant reassurance to feel secure. That's worth sitting with, because that pattern will follow you into every relationship if you don't address it. The stepbrother, Junior, is the real villain of this story, and nobody's talking about it enough. He knew everything, walked Peter straight to Paul's house, and then came inside to announce, "Peter wants you outside," like he was producing a reality show. Some people in your circle genuinely feed off your chaos and dress it up as being around. That's not love, that's entertainment. And then the mom moment is actually the most telling part of everything. Peter ran to his mama and framed it as cheating before he even had a real conversation about reconciling. If the first thing someone does when conflict hits is assassinate your character to the people around them, that tells you exactly how they'll handle disagreement for the rest of the relationship. She kept saying, "I wasn't cheating, you left me." And she's not wrong technically, but the fact that she's still telling this story means it still bothers her that she was perceived that way. Your reputation with people who don't even know the full story can sting longer than the relationship itself did. I literally know someone that just had a situation like that. She little shit. She saw him on Friday, and then she didn't hear from him again. So by Monday, she deleted his number and just was keeping it moving because she not know. Like desperate ass chick. Tell me why Wednesday he texted her. She hit him with the, "Who's this?" because she didn't have his number saved. And he was like, "Oh, damn, you already deleted my number. Sorry, it's only been 5 days. Her whole grandpa had a heart attack. She said, "Been in Houston." He was like, "Damn, they don't make phones in Houston." How? Our brains just don't go to the worst place immediately. And that's actually kind of healthy. Like, she gave her friend the benefit of the doubt for a whole day before panicking. He's an adult. He doesn't owe her a check-in text. That's a really mature way to handle friendships. And I think a lot of people could learn from that. because some people would have been blowing up someone's phone at 1 a.m. The Walmart parking lot moment. That's when everything shifted. Because a random abandoned car hits different than just someone not texting back. There's something about physical evidence that makes something real in a way that worry in your head just doesn't. Like she could rationalize away the silence, but she couldn't rationalize away that car sitting there alone in the far corner. And then, the thing that genuinely got me was how the answer came from the most mundane place. She got pulled over for her headlights being off, and that was the light bulb moment. No pun intended. Sometimes you're sitting there spinning out trying to solve a mystery, and the universe just hands you the answer through something completely unrelated. That's wild to me. This is why coworkers will never know my personal life/business. I've had bad/weird experiences with coworkers, especially as a mom. That coworker genuinely thought she was saying something meaningful, but every single comment she made about this girl's parenting was really just a mirror she was holding up to her own situation. The "I don't like that" moment, that's not about the baby. That's about her own resentment that she can't even name out loud yet. Misery doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it shows up as unsolicited opinions about your life. When someone is chronically unhappy with their own circumstances, your happiness becomes an offense to them. Not because you did anything wrong, but because your life is evidence that things could be different for them too, and that's uncomfortable. Oversharing at work. She opened up because the other girl opened up first, and it felt like a fair exchange. But vulnerability with the wrong person doesn't create connection. It creates ammunition. Not always intentional, but it happens. How you co-parent is nobody's business but the people doing it. The fact that she has a functioning co-parenting situation that gives her rest, school, a life, that's not abandonment. That's architecture. She built something that works. And the people who never built that tend to be the loudest critics of it. Defending someone to your friends and then getting burned by that same person is one of the most specific kinds of frustration there is. That "I went to bat for you" feeling. Lesson there is let people show you who they are before you become their advocate. People always talk about the blessings of having a village, but it be people hating on the fact that some people got the help of the village. She's miserable in the place she is in, and she is jealous of your freedom. This girl really said, "Should I follow him?" with 3 passengers in the car and just did it. And somehow it worked out perfectly. But there's actually a lot to take from this whole situation. She just acted on instinct when everyone else on that highway kept driving. Like hundreds of cars saw the same thing, and she was the one who went, "No, actually, someone should do something." That's rarer than people think. Most of us convince ourselves it's not our problem, or that someone else will handle it, or that we'll just stay out of it. She didn't do that. She literally had no idea what she was supposed to do, said that out loud to the operator, and the operator just rolled with it. There's something kind of freeing about admitting you don't know what you're doing, but doing it anyway. She wasn't pretending to be brave or trained. She was just present and willing. The co-pilot thing with her roommate calling out mile markers is so underrated too. She didn't try to do it alone. The second she was in it, she used every resource in that car. Also, and this is a smaller one, but it stuck with me, the sheriff said, "No one ever does this 3 times. 3. That's not a compliment. That's kind of a sad commentary on how disconnected we've gotten from each other. Someone's car got totaled, and they were just sitting there probably thinking, that guy is gone forever. Virginia State Police was like, "You have been promoted. You are now our elite employee." Her car being named Judy and you going on this wild police chase is really giving Zootopia, and I'm living for it. I feel like she should get a get out of jail free card or something, where she can't get a ticket for 10 years or something.
Spring break story time had a girl we came with, stole our stuff, called the cops on us, and then left us in Daytona. Okay, y'all, so backstory. It was 5 of us on this trip. 4 females and the girl boyfriend. The girl who stole our stuff, I'ma call her bum. And then the friend, I'ma call her friend. Okay, so how the whole thing started is pretty much because Bum texted my homegirl, pretty much inviting her to come on the trip, and whoever else she was bringing could come with her. I don't know this girl, but my homegirl knew her since 6th grade, and we supposed to have went with her 2 years ago to PCB. So it was like, okay, like I supposed to already went with her, like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we ended up making a group chat, and we was trying to get the B&B the day we made the group chat, but Bum didn't have the money, so all the B&Bs that was like closer to Daytona Beach, we could not get them because Bum didn't have the money in time, and they would get took fast. So by the time we did get a B&B, because Bum, we ended up getting one all the way in Palm Coast, 40 minutes from all events. Like, we was far from everything. So that was the purpose of us paying for a rental car that we all split. Okay? We all paid equally the same amount for everything. Nobody paid more than the next person. Okay, so Bum, we get in the car with Bum. Fran didn't want to be around Bum. She's smart. She rode with her boyfriend. So they rode in separate cars. It was just me, Bum, and my homegirl in one car riding to Daytona. Backstory, Bum lived all the way in Albany. When we first made the chat, she said her mom could come get us and bring us to Albany so we could all ride to Daytona. But Bum, after we paid our money, Bum ended up switching it up like, oh no, we're getting a car in Albany and my mom can't take y'all no more. So it was like, okay, since we got the rental together, can you come get us from Atlanta, which is a 2-hour drive to Albany? Can you come get us? At least we all paid for the rental. So Bum ordered her clothes to Daytona because she got them so late, and she ordered them to the B&B, but the B&B person ended up rejecting them or something, and they sent them back to a post office, which was 40 minutes away from our B&B. So Bum literally was, the point of her not getting us was that she had to be in Albany by 4 o'clock to get her shit from the post office. So you tried to have us ride a bus. I had a lot of cash on me, so I didn't want to ride the bus. And I paid for a rental car, so I didn't have to ride the bus. You feel me? For 5 hours, get up at 4 a.m. in the morning to ride a bus to Albany when I bought a rental car is crazy work. Y'all, we even offered her to take us to just Perry. Like, we was going to go to Perry, meet her in Perry, and she would just have to drive an hour to come get us instead of 2. But she still denied that, claiming that she had her clothes all the way in Daytona and that it would push her back. And I'm finna start screenshots of her bitching about that right now. As y'all can see, me and my homegirl checked her pretty much about it. And when she said, this is the thing that really threw me off, and I knew I was not going to like her, when she said, it's in my name. Girl, it could have went in anybody's name. You offered to put it in your name. When we booked the B&B, I said I would put it in my name. You wanted it in your name so bad, and now I know why you wanted it in your name. So you can sit up there and say what happens and what. We all paid the same amount of money. I don't give a fuck who name it's in. I really don't give a fuck. It could have went in anybody's name. Mine, my homegirls, it didn't matter. I wanted it in your name so that you could have an excuse. That's all. Because if it wasn't in your name and you was saying all this shit, no one would have even turned the eye to you to give a fuck. You knew what you was doing. But regardless of the fact, I don't give a fuck who name it's in. I paid for the rental just like you. You could come get us an hour. The fuck? But you smart for that. I'll give you that. But, mind y'all, we get to Albany. We end up paying. I found us a way to Albany. Why we get there and we just now realizing that the friend's boyfriend coming, we thought it was 5 girls. We didn't know nobody man was coming. That was news to us. We didn't care though. We already paid. There's nothing we could do now. Oh well, we on the way to Albany. So we on the way to Albany and we had to pee and like eat, obviously. It's a little 4-hour drive. Y'all, she would get mad at us for having to eat and piss. Like, how are you mad we have to pee and eat? Like, we're human. Like, what's... So, we get to Daytona or whatever. And when we arrived to Daytona... No, before we arrived to Daytona, the bitch was trying to tell us what rooms we get in. This, that, and third. We did not discuss none of that. I guess her and her friend discussed it behind our backs and then just told us. And me and my homegirl mad. Well, I'm more madder than her because I don't know who you're feeling like. And I just texted my homegirl before I went off on her friend because I didn't want to go off on her friend. You know, this is her friend. So I was giving her the chance to go off on her friend before I did. but she didn't want to. So I'm finna insert screenshots of me texting my friend, telling her what I was finna do before I went off on the girl. Okay, y'all, watch part 2 for the rest. Okay, y'all, part 2 of how the girl went to Daytona with, stole our stuff, called the police on us, and then left us in Daytona. Okay, like I said in the last part, we ended up making an arrangement and figuring it out that me and my homegirl, which is going to share a bathroom, just us two, and Bum and Fran and her boyfriend was going to share a bathroom. Okay, so yeah, 7 o'clock, we agreed to all go to the beach. 7 o'clock come, we already, after Bum been rushing us all day like she's the general. So Bum ended up having a kickback without even telling us, but she not really nothing. She had like 4 or 5 people there, which I didn't really care. But it's the principle that you on us about everything that happens at this B&B, communication, this and that, but you had a kickback and didn't even tell us until you had it. Then she was trying to charge me and my homegirl. We had already ordered Uber Eats, but she came trying to offer us a plate and then was trying to charge us for a plate. First of all, I don't want nothing you cooked. I don't even trust you. Y'all, as she was cooking, she went under the cabinet and got a sponge from a previous resident of the B&B and used it to wash out their bowls and pots. You're nasty and trifling. You don't know what that person had. Instead of you buying a new sponge, you're gonna use an old sponge to feed these people. That's why I would never eat nothing you ever would have made. Then I'm in the shower, and mind y'all, prior to this happening, we all put in for liquor before we hit Daytona. Only me, my homegirl, Bum, the boyfriend, and Fran. So I'm trying to understand why I come out the room and your little friends, you got this little kickback of yours, are the main ones drinking liquor and they didn't put in nothing for the liquor. Be in mind, she had a few people there. But the only one that's gonna come into play later, we're gonna call this fat, hold on. We're gonna call her Whale, because she's big and she's built like a whale. And bitch, I need that. Whale play an important part later. Okay, cool. So they having a kickback or whatever. I was cool with them and stuff, but I did have a problem with her having a kickback without saying nothing. So me and my homegirl did address it. We cleared it up or whatever. But you know, I still noted it like, okay, you want some weird shit. So we smoking or whatever, drinking. I really didn't even want to drink with them no more because it's like, it's just, I don't like y'all. I just don't like y'all. We ended up going to the beach real late. So when we got to the beach, that was really boring. Like, all they want to do is stand around. And it's like, girl, we didn't come out of town to stand around. Like, we trying to have fun. So me and my homegirl, we walked off and left them. So she seen my story, seen my live, seen I was having a good time with our other friends. And this girl gonna text in the chat talking about, oh, we getting tired, we ready to go. But my thing is, when we was in the group chat before this, on FaceTime, we was saying how we finna be out all night, we finna be having the time of our lives, but now that we down here, you're really boring and you're mad because we're having fun and you're not. So boom, we're having a time at the beach. All we get is a text from Bum pretty much saying we gotta meet her at this place if we wanna ride home. Now I'm confused as to why, because you think you have to leave right now, that all of us have to leave right now. We all paid for the rental. If it was real, you would have said, I'm finna go here and then let me know when y'all ready to go. But instead, she gonna tell us to meet here and then give us a time that we have to be done having fun for her to take us back to the Airbnb. Mind y'all, they talking about something, we getting tired, like what time y'all wanna go home, and you know, I'm getting tired, I can't open the door for y'all. But my thing is, the house had a code, it didn't have a key, so why were y'all so pressed about giving us a code? They didn't want to give us the code for nothing. Like, what's the problem with us having a code to a B&B we all staying in and we all pay for it? Y'all been on some weird shit. So we ended up getting our own way home, but that threw me off. Mind y'all, we didn't get home till like 5 in the morning. The next morning, Bum come in my room like she's a fucking alarm clock or a timer, telling us that we gotta be ready by 10:30. 10:30 who? We ain't get home till 5 in the morning. Even then, ain't nothing going on at 10:30 in the morning for us to be out. I said we was going to brunch, doing some cute stuff. She wanted us to be up at 10:30 to go to the beach. Now, if you went to Daytona, everybody knew the beach was not getting like piped or nothing until like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. So why would we be at the beach at 10 a.m.? Well must told her to come to the beach that early, because it seemed like everything Well told her to do, she did. When Well wanted to come drink that liquor, Well did exactly that. Bum is scared of Well, so anything that Well does, she's letting slide. I'm not scared of Well, so me and Well got into it. Like I said, I'm going to tell y'all later. Come back for part 3.
My cousin was on the phone with somebody and I sent her one of my birthday outfit options and she hung up the phone with them to call me and tell me my outfit was ugly as fuck. And it just reminded me of my birthday like two or 3 years ago. I had this friend, y'all. We have been best friends since literally like kindergarten. We were the closest of friends. We were the only really like 2 black girls in our whole school. So we instantly became close. Like turning 24 at the time. So that's a long time to be friends. I had a birthday when we got a section in Chicago. If you know anything about Chicago nightlife, then you know. But all I did was tell everybody like I would like if you wear black. Like you don't have to wear black, but you know, everybody's gonna wear black, so I want everybody to wear black. We're all getting dressed, and I keep noticing that everybody keeps looking at my friend. Like, everybody, we're all, like, friends through friends or really close friends, but I keep noticing that they all keep looking at my one friend. I look over, and y'all, the outfit she has on, I'm not saying it's ugly. She looked beautiful, hair beautiful, face beautiful. Her makeup was cute. Like, everything was together, but the outfit. And I want to put a picture of the outfit so bad so y'all can see, but I don't want to do that because, like, that's really my friend, and I was really hurt by this. Let me just describe it as, like, a substitute, like, art teacher. I don't know how to explain it, but it was nowhere near club attire. Let me preface this by saying I did not like her outfit because other people looking at her. If nobody was there, I would have told her, like, where are you wearing that to? So I pull her to the side and I'm like, hey, like, you feel comfortable? Like, you look good? I like your hair. She's like, yeah, I like it. I'm like, I have these other outfits I'm not gonna wear. And, like, I just think they're, like, more club attire than what you have on. But if you feel comfortable with what you have on, you know, like, wear it, you know, we'll be good. And she was like, for real? You don't like it? I was like, it's just really not, like, club attire. She was like, okay. She tried it on. She tried a few options. She ended up going with this black bodysuit. Perfect. We had a good night. Everything was fun. We turned up at the bottom. We had fun. We go home. We all drink, play games a little bit, and then we go to sleep. Wake up the next day. She's like, okay, boo, I'll see you. They're like, have a good day. Thank you for inviting me. I'm like, yes, okay. Get home safe. Let me know when you make it home. I get home from Chicago. I go to watch her snap. I'm in her, what you call it? Her subscriptions. I mean, nobody's subscriptions that I know. So I message her. I'm like, did you delete me? She like, yeah. Why? I might need to do a part two. She was like, I just feel like you weren't being a good friend over the weekend and you were making a lot of jokes about the girls and you just like, hold on. Or I just wasn't liking the vibe. I said, what? What did I do? So I asked the other girls, I'm like, did I make any comments towards anybody that made anybody feel uncomfortable? They're like, Marissa, what the fuck? But I found out that the comments that she said that I made, okay, one of the other girls, she's my friend. She's my baby's godmom. She is a little petite white girl. She kept going outside to smoke because there's no doing that in the Airbnb. She kept going out to do that. It was like really cold out. So every time she would come back in, I'd be like, Kaylee going out there to do that? Coke. They all would laugh and giggle. And she was like, I don't like that you kept saying that Kaylee was doing rugs. I was like, do we not know that I'm playing? She said that I said something about one of our like other mutual friends' makeup because she said that she forgot her makeup in Wisconsin. And I was like, oh girl, like my concealer is kind of like your shade. If you want to use it, you can use mine. And we went out to eat and I seen this girl, this is my personal opinion, eat my ass about it. Beautiful dress, hair done, nails done, and she didn't have on a piece of makeup. I'm like, I hate when people do that. Like, if it's your birthday, you going all out on everything else. Why don't you wear makeup? Like, she didn't have on lip gloss or nothing. And then she said I was talking about one of my friend's wig. I said, what did I say about your wig? She said, you told me my wig looked good and you asked me where to get it from. Right? So I'm really confused. And she just told me that the vibes were off and deleted me. She's like, wish you nothing but, you know. And I was like, okay. Deleted and blocked. Deleted her off everything. MySpace. Kick. Uvu. Everything. I was a little salty. I just don't understand, like, was I wrong for telling my friend, like, hey, you should not wear that? Ouch. Like, it was to the point, like, they might not even let you in. Like, they didn't let my other friend in because she had on white Air Force Ones. They was not finna let you in the conference fit. Like, because my cousin, Marissa, what the fuck are you finna, please don't tell me you're finna wear that outfit. Me and my friend who have been, like, closer longer than me and my, I don't know. It just reminded me of that. And if she sees this, I hope she knows, like, I didn't mean any fucking harm by any of that shit. I just want all my girls to look popping and then, you know, get the fuck out of here.
Story time. Miami trip going wrong. Okay, so boom. So as soon as we get to Miami, you know, we check our luggage into the storage at the Airbnb. But check-in wasn't till 4, so we tried to find some stuff to do.
Okay, so we trying to find something to do, so we walking on like the strip, cause we staying on Brickell Drive. You know, Brickell, it's a lot of shit you can do around Brickell. So we was walking. As we walking, this girl, she got like a New York accent. She like, excuse me, y'all, like, what, y'all from here? I'm like, no, we not from here. She was like, oh, okay, cause I was trying to find some friends. Where y'all staying at? Ironically, we were staying at the same place that she was staying at, because like the Airbnb is like hotels, but it's not a hotel, if that makes sense. But like everybody staying in the same vicinity.
Okay, so the couple had checked their luggage in with us, so we already had little side conversations and stuff, and we checked our luggage in. So the girl who we met on the way to the boardwalk,
What we gonna call her?
Brokey. So when we met Brokey, she was okay. So when we meet Brokey and the couple had came, so we all was at the boardwalk, all 5 of us. It was 4 girls, 1 boy, and 1 man. So when we get there, we talking about, we made a group chat called Miami Girls, what we gonna do in Miami, how we finna be lit. We finna go to Bayside, because remind you, check-in isn't until 4. So we get ready to go to Bayside, and we get this, we'll get a black truck to Bayside.
So shit, we get the black truck, you know, we feeling upper echelon, like, bitch, we out of time. We out of time, bitch, we in Miami. So anyways, we get it, right? I'm the only one that got lift, so everybody was sending their cash. It was either cash out, PayPal, anything like that. Their transactions towards me, because I was the one purchasing the lifts off my card. So I was just purchasing them off my card, and everybody sent me some money, right? Cool. So we get there, everything was cool, vibe was nice, everything was good. That first 2 hours was straight. After that, everything just started going downhill. So prior to us going to Bayside, as we having a conversation with AKA Broke Bitch, she was over here telling us, oh yeah, like my friends canceled on me, like they lame as fuck, bro. Like I bought all this, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about she popping her shit. I'm like, damn, she must got that dog shit on.
She's like, I ordered this pink, y'all, and I did it all by myself because I don't care. I don't have no budget. You know, I'm in Miami. I'm on vacation.
She
and
like, I don't got no budget. Bitch said she balling. I'm like, damn, like we with the shit poppers. Cause we gonna ball out. We check our bank account when we get back home.
Right.
So fast forward now, we back at Bayside. We done fast forward. We at Bayside now. So we got drinks, you know, insert clip.
Y'all, we done found us the whole crew, whole family. Yeah.
Alright, boom. So we on Bayside after we had got our little drinks and stuff. We trying to figure, we hungry. So we trying to figure out where we gonna eat at in Miami. So we let our cousin Ed.
Not our cousin. We met him and like he a little older. He got like a little older vibe.
Yeah.
So we let Ed pick what we gonna eat, which is, and his girlfriend's name is Betty. Well,
yeah. So boom, Ed picked the liquor. So we
let us fucking tell you that shit was hitting on nothing.
I'm talking about that shit was so nasty. Only thing I'm gonna give y'all like the honest review. The fried chicken was the best. That was the best thing that, bro. We had some hot honey wings. I'm talking about
frog legs. I swear to God.
Them things was so small. It was like, there ain't no goddamn chicken. Them frog legs, them bitches so small.
So but overall, it wasn't nasty. It just wasn't what we thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
And they ain't had no macaroni.
Yeah, so this bitch gonna tell everybody now, oh, they ain't got no macaroni.
Oh, some girl, a group of girls walked out and said, y'all, they ain't got no fucking macaroni. Why all of them walked out? The server was mad.
Because on TikTok, wasn't it, when everybody was doing their reviews, but it's 2 lickings. So we went to the one that was closer to Bayside, right?
We should have went to the other one.
It's one on South Beach, ain't it?
Yeah.
But whatever the case may be, it was nasty. So when we got to the licking, everybody ordering food and stuff. Remind you, the food was nasty. But the lady who was there, her customer service was...
It was an 8 out of 10. She had a little attitude.
And she did.
The macaroni was not existing.
Because you ran her customers off. So. But fast forward, she bringing everybody food. Brokey ordered some rice crab cakes or something. She said it was nasty.
I ain't gonna lie, the rice was hard as fuck.
It was like the food was not good at all. But she brought out another bowl of chicken. She fucking the chicken up.
Right? This what she thought she had. No. She fucking the chicken up, but she thought she had to pay for it. So we get towards the end of her eating the damn chicken. This fucking chicken nasty. I don't like this shit. This shit nasty.
And I know that the chicken good because she brought me a big ass bowl of chicken. I'm talking about the chicken was fresh.
I'm like, I'm sneaking a piece.
She even got a piece of my chicken before her chicken came out.
Bitch got some of her food before her food came out because she offered. India had offered. She was like, hey, do you want some of mine? She's like, nah, I ain't gonna try to take it from you. Then she was like, you sure? She was like, oh, I can get you one. So she eating India chicken. She's like, oh, this shit good. It's fucking hot. Da da da.
So
she get her food out. Oh, this must have been cooked yesterday and they refried. Bitch,
I'm talking about you pull the chicken, smoke coming from the fucking chicken. Bitch, how was that cooked yesterday? And it was fresh. So she let Ed taste her chicken. That shit was fresh. Moral of the story, when she get done with all her food, she gonna say, "Oh, I'm not paying for this.
I'm not paying for shit." She told that server straight up.
So she gonna tell the server, "Oh, I'm not paying for nothing." I'm like,
no,
you're not even gonna pay for your water?
I'm not paying for shit. Y'all got me fucked up. This shit nasty. Old as fuck. I'm not paying for shit.
She said, and this chicken, and it see, damn. That bitch barely get out. She was like, and this chicken, it looked like it was just cooked yesterday, and you just reheated it, bitch. You done tore up every motherfucking chicken. You ate that chicken out the bone.
My man looking like,
I was like,
you know that shit.
Are you serious? I was like, oh fuck no. I was like, take that bitch to jail, not me.
We was embarrassed, like, cause she made a fucking. It was already a crackhead in this bitch on Molly in the front. At the front.
I'm talking about just 10. Taking it out.
He took the Molly out the damn bag. The waitress said, "You know you can't do that." He said, "Man, make my food."
Like they said, make my food so I could go. I'm talking about he in there fidgeting. I'm telling y'all. That was the most ghettoest restaurant ever.
Don't ever go to the Licking on Bayside.
Ever.
So, okay, cool. We debriefed. I told y'all she paid for the first Uber, right? Well, Lyft. So, we booking a second Lyft to go back to where we stayed, which is Brickell. Mm-hmm. So, India sent her money, and Ed sent his money for him and his fiance Betty. Brokey sent no bankroll.
Yeah, the first Lyft, I sent the whole 20 because at first I was like, okay, fuck it, we'll just book it. But everybody sent $5 because it was like...
It was 15. 15.77. Something like that.
Whatever, but I sent the whole 20 for the whole group. So it was like, okay, fuck it, I just paid for the first one. And then, because it was right down the road.
So then the second one, I wasn't tripping on it, but Ed and his fiance Betty, they sent their money. Brokey sent shit. Cool.
Nothing.
So we get back to the B&B and we want to take a nap because we know that we was going out. They said the club be talking about something, and they was talking about something. So we got a nap. Cool. Fast forward to the next day. This the pink yacht ride. All right, so we run out of time, but anyways, we're gonna insert the clip of the pink yacht ride. If y'all want to stay tuned, we'll be back for part two.
I didn't even.
You want to talk to him? No. If he says, okay, let me call him. No. If he say yes, yes.
No, I'm getting my money back.
You want to call him?
He got
Story time on when me and my cousin found out that her new husband was an unaliver. Yeah. So I want to give a trigger warning to this story. If you are sensitive to topics that talk about DV and things of that nature, please keep scrolling. I don't know what all I can say on here, but I surely do not want to trigger or offend anyone that's watching. So let's get into the story. We're going to call my cousin Jada, and we're going to call her husband Ryan. Okay? This is a true story, and I'm going to be very mindful of how I word things. Me and Jada were never really close. She was 10 years older than me. She lived states away. So it's like we knew each other in passing. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, about 2019, Jada ended up moving nearby where I'm at. So we ended up linking up, connecting, and all the things. I would go over to her house almost every day. And we got super close, y'all. Like, we got close. We were going out, having drinks, doing girl days. And before you knew it, I was spending nights at Jada's house because Ryan worked overnight and Jada was scared there in that big old house all by herself. So, yeah, from the outside looking in, and even from my perspective, Ryan seemed like the perfect guy. Like, he was kind of quiet. He was very laid back, handsome guy. And around me, he treated Jada like a queen. And he was very respectful to me. But, yeah. Anyway, soon I became Jada's listening ear. I was the shoulder that Jada cried on. And that's when I started finding out that things were not so great behind those double closed doors. Okay? So she started telling me about things that Ryan had done. And this was prior to them moving and all of that. And I was like, girl, did you not like, she jumped into this really fast. And, she felt like she fell in love, and it is what it is. Anyway, I was like, girl, did you do any background check? Did you talk to his family? And she was like, yeah. She was like, his mom said that he had some anger issues from childhood that stem from childhood, whatever. She made it seem like it wasn't the biggest deal. Like I said, Jada made it seem like it wasn't a big deal, and he just had some anger issues from childhood that stem from childhood. So, whatever. Time went on, and the more time that went on, the more Ryan just showed his true colors. I mean, he couldn't hide who he truly was. One night, I was staying the night with Jada, and by this time, I had realized that she just didn't want me there because she didn't want to be alone, or she was scared in that big house. She was scared of him. She shared with me that night some of the things that were going on, and she also shared with me that Ryan said he no longer liked me because he felt like me and her talked about him. Anyway, I was in harm's way right along with her and had been this entire time, which is why I'm telling y'all this story. This is the night that I got Ryan's full name and looked him up. And when I looked him up, I saw a story from 10 years prior where Ryan had did something to a young man that caused him not to be here with us anymore. Storytime part 2, when me and my cousin found out that her new husband was an unaliver. Trigger warning, if you are sensitive to topics like DV, please keep scrolling. Okay, so let's get into part 2. Where we left off was I looked Ryan's name up, his first, middle, and last name, and y'all, it popped right up. I mean, as clear as day. He had done something to a man 10 years prior that was pretty horrific, pretty violent, and it caused this young man to, he's no longer here with us. So, as I'm sitting in Ryan's house, chills ran down my spine as I'm sitting here reading, this story. And I'm immediately like, oh my gosh, Jada, have you seen this? Like, do you know about this? Y'all, she wasn't surprised at all because she knew. So, not long after my cousin had met Ryan, he had just gotten out of prison. He did not initially share with her why he was in there. And she said she didn't ask too many questions. But as they got more serious, which didn't take very long, he opened up and he shared with her why he was in there, what happened, and he told her that situation was a freak accident and he did not mean to do it. It was a complete accident. She gave him the benefit of the doubt and she believed him. She took his word for it. But y'all excuse me, I'm sick. But in that moment, everything made sense. I was like, okay, they moved here from states away. Ryan is 37 years old. Like I said, very nice looking guy. No previous wives, no kids. I mean, stuff is starting to make sense. I mean, he was trying to get away from his former life. Anyway, moving along, things started getting bad pretty quickly after that. He did not know that I knew about the situation. He asked her not to share that situation with anyone. Not hard to find out, but anyway. So things started getting bad. I stayed with my cousin almost all the time. She wanted me there as she was growing more fearful. Was I scared too? Yes. But my love definitely outweighed that fear. So I was there. I wasn't going anywhere. And I'm very happy that I was. Did I put myself in harm's way? Yes. But I feel like if I wouldn't have been there, something much more serious could have happened. So, as I was saying, things started to get bad quickly. Ryan no longer cared about hiding and putting on this facade in front of me. Whenever he was not at work, y'all, I would wake up and the fights were so bad. Like they weren't physical, but they were a hair away from it every time. I would have to jump out of bed and be like, y'all, separate, breathe, whatever. Literally was mediating. So one day I was at work. Jada calls me and she had just gotten out of the hospital. Ryan put her there. I was furious. Dropped everything. Rushed straight to her house. I assumed Ryan was in jail, obviously. Soon learned he was not in jail. She was terrified to tell the truth as to what had happened to her because of his threats. After I learned the extent of what happened, I said, "Oh no, ma'am. Put your shoes on. We are going to the police station and you're pressing charges. No way is he going to be riding around. We have to fear him coming in this door any minute, and he's just out here living his best life after what he did to you. Like, it's not happening." So that encouragement was all she needed. She put her shoes on, went and pressed charges. Ryan was picked up soon after. This is when shit got real. So obviously his mugshot was taken. I don't know if that's what set things off. But again, one day I'm at work. Jada calls me. "Girl, when you get off, come straight here." I did just that. When I got there, Jada was shook. She said Ryan's ex-girlfriend's mother tracked her down and came and knocked on her door that day. And the words that came out of that lady's mouth:
Never, I mean never, travel with people you do not personally know. Stop thinking these folks are y'all friends, especially if y'all did not meet in high school or college or through a sibling. The B&B being in Bum's name was never random. That was a power move from the jump. She wanted control over something everybody paid equally into, and the moment she said, "It's in my name," like it meant something, that told you everything about how she was going to move the whole trip. The rental car situation, before they even left, showed the whole dynamic. She couldn't get her money together in time, which pushed them 40 minutes from everything, but then still couldn't be bothered to meet them halfway, literally. Like you cost everyone convenience and comfort and then still won't drive an hour? That's not forgetfulness. That's just who she is. The kickback thing, without saying anything, is low-key the part that bothers me most, because she was on everyone's neck about communication at the B&B, but broke her own rule immediately. People like that are never actually about the principle they're preaching. The rules are just for other people. Why would you withhold a door code from people who lived there and paid for it? The only reason you do that is to keep people dependent on you. That's a control tactic, whether she knew it or not. Well, even just from part 2, you can already see that Bum was following someone else's lead the whole time. She wasn't even really the one in charge of herself. which makes everything worse because she was causing all this chaos but wasn't even operating on her own judgment. I would have went off so quick. Don't care if friend wanted to say some or not. That's lame. Then the boyfriend. I'm irritated. The other story, the honesty between close friends, is genuinely a double-edged sword. Like, she told her friend the outfit wasn't giving club energy. The friend changed. They had a great night. So technically, the honesty worked. But somewhere in that girl's head, it still stung. And she spent the whole weekend collecting receipts instead of just saying something in the moment. That's the lesson right there. If something bothers you, say it then. Not 3 days later over Snapchat. The evidence she came back with was so thin, it was almost funny. You mentioned your friend was going outside in the cold. You offered someone your concealer. You complimented a wig and asked where to get it. Like, that's the case? That tells me the real issue was the outfit conversation, and everything else just got swept up into it to justify a feeling she already had. There's also something real about how long a friendship doesn't automatically mean it's built on honest communication. They've been friends since kindergarten and apparently never established that I can tell you the truth and you won't spiral about it kind of foundation. That's actually pretty common in friendships that start in childhood. You grow up together, but you don't necessarily grow together. The girl was clearly more embarrassed about the outfit than she let on in the moment. She said she was fine. She changed anyway, and then she left quietly and blew everything up later. That's not about the outfit anymore. That's about pride. And pride will end a 20-year friendship faster than almost anything else. Whole situation was messy, but honestly, pretty human. They just grew apart. She's different and values different things / types of conversations and connections now. It took that weekend for her to see it fully, but I seriously doubt it's the first time she felt that way. I just wish y'all could have mutually grown apart instead of blocking / deleting. Coming from a place of love, I can see why she took offense and moved accordingly. But I can also see where the other girl coming from, a lighthearted, non-offensive place, just wanting everyone to be comfortable. Good intentions, but didn't land how you intended. And this trip story made no sense to me on how it went down, honestly. She pulled up with 0 friends, 0 budget apparently, and somehow ended up in a whole group chat called Miami Girls within what felt like 20 minutes of meeting these people. And the energy she brought in the beginning was so loud. Talking about, I don't have no budget, I'm balling. But then when the Lyft money was getting collected, she went completely silent. Twice. That's not a coincidence. That's a character trait. The loudest person about money is usually the brokest one in the room. And I feel like that's a lesson a lot of people have to learn the hard way on vacation specifically. The restaurant thing is a whole separate situation though, because she ate that chicken. She tore it up, finished it, then decided it was cooked yesterday. Like at some point, you gotta own your choices. If the food was truly terrible, you stop eating it. You don't eat the whole bowl and then refuse to pay. That's just a scam with extra steps. And the embarrassment that came with it, the scene, the crackhead energy already at the front, like your whole vibe for the evening just got hijacked by someone you met 4 hours ago on a sidewalk. Which honestly brings me to the biggest thing I took from this whole story. Vacation has a way of making you fast-track trust with strangers because the energy is high and everybody seems fun in the moment. But you're essentially funding someone's trip while they contribute nothing but chaos. And the group chat, the we finna be lit energy, all of that creates this false sense of we're all in this together, when really some people opted into the fun and opted out of every single financial responsibility. The one that'll stick with me though is Ed picking the licking. Bro had the whole city and picked that. Sometimes letting the older person in the group decide isn't the power move it feels like. Jada knew this man had been in prison. She knew why, and she still chose to believe that it was an accident story because she was already emotionally invested. That's not stupidity. That's just how attachment works, and it's honestly scary how common it is. How abusers don't show you who they are right away. Ryan was the perfect guy in public. Quiet, respectful, charming. The mask only came off gradually, and by the time it did, Jada was already deep in. New house, new city, isolated from her old life. That relocation detail is not small. Moving someone away from their support system is a classic move. She kept showing up even when she found out she was potentially in danger too. That kind of love is real, but it also shows how people closest to victims often absorb the risk without even fully registering it. The part about Ryan's past being findable with just a full name search is something I keep thinking about. That information was always there. It took the right moment of fear to actually go looking. The ex-girlfriend's mother showing up tells you everything. There was a whole history of this before Jada. There always is.